Hey, you're with Paul Pettifer
and Braylon Harris.
We're standing at the 1700 block of 2nd Avenue where 2 weeks ago a killing took place. And it can just be so depressing that, wow, everything's going down. And then yesterday you saw the news that unspeakable horror took place when a deranged man dressed up in military gear and murdered his mother, and then went to her kindergarten classroom and murdered the whole class, and then murdered some other teachers, and then ended up taking his own life. And what Braylon and I are here today is to tell a different story, a story of engagement, that our culture, the solution to this death spiral is a transformed culture, and God's love has the power to change. We don't have to bunker down and hide out and wait for the end and just hope our kids make it. Because sometimes I know I can feel that way. I just want to kind of like, this is so awful, what can we do? But we're compelled, right? We're compelled. We're people who've tasted the love of God that came through His Son, and we're here to tell a different story. And the culture transformation comes through engagement, building a foundation of love, Braylon.
Absolutely. We've got to build a foundation of love, and that means there's going to be work involved.
Work.
There's trenches that have to be built. There's forms that have to be paved, and there's cement that has to be poured, Paul. And the way that we do that is that we've got to get off our lazy boys. We've got to get out of our houses. We've got to open our doors. Don't board up. This is not time to hunker down, as you said before. Grab your children, hold them close. This is the time to show your children that, you know, we're not just on defense here. There's an offensive game that we can play. That we're going to walk outside of this house, and we're going to, as we shared earlier, that I talked about Newton's law. The third law says to every action, you've got to have an equal and opposite reaction. So as devastating and as powerful of an evil action this is, we have to say there's going to be a love action that's going to be bigger. There's going to be a love action that's going to be more powerful. There's going to be a love action that is going to make you forget about the evil action that has taken place. And here's what we're proposing, man. We've got some crazy ideas. Listen, people, you've got to get off your chairs. This is what you've got to do. We've got to make sure that in Calcasieu Parish or whatever parish or county that you're living in, that every young kindergarten kid, as those kindergarten kids in Connecticut are hurting and those families are hurting, we want to make sure that every kindergarten kid in our community is feeling the love right now. So what we want to do,
and their teachers in particular,
their teachers, the staff, even their parents, we want to make sure that they're feeling the love right now. So here's some great ideas.
You've probably got better ones. Start with ours, though.
Start with ours. Add to the link. All right? Here's what I'm thinking. Number one, we need everyone to make sure, especially those leaders in our communities, let's go sit down and have lunch with kindergarten kids. Let's start this on Monday. Sit down, call the principal and say, I just want to come in and have lunch. I want to love on some kids.
Simple. We're not talking about complicated. We're not talking about being churchy. We're talking about love. Someone cares for me.
Absolutely. Someone cares for me. Call your local McDonald's, call your local Burger King. Let them know that, hey, man, I need as many ice cream, $3 ice cream coupons as I can get. Give what you can. See if they'll match the donation. And let's go and bless some of these wonderful kids who, that same age group, that same vein was so devastated just on yesterday. Let's see if we can't combat that with a powerful action to see 20, 30, 40 kids licking on ice cream and having a really, really wonderful time together. Those are just some of the ideas that we have to bring forward to really come in head-to-head combat. We're not running. We're not running from it. We're running to it. We believe that we're bigger. We believe that we're better. We believe God will be victorious. But we, as His arms, as His legs, as His mouthpiece, we've got to engage this. We've got to engage the enemy. We've got to engage this wrong and this evil. And how you do that is with an equal and opposite reaction. And I believe if we, those that have the love of Christ on the inside of them, will go to those schools, sit with those young children, show them the love, hug those teachers, just tell them someone loves you, someone cares. Whether you know it or not, we're praying for you, as well as sharing with them that ice cream or whatever the case might be, that little nugget of love, that we will put more smiles on faces than He put tears.
Because God's love is alive, our city should be